Okay, so we've been throughout the entire city. I've asked as many people as possible, and the only clue that I got is that someone entered the mines before, but he never came back out because, of course, he didn't have the full set. It seems like everybody in here took a piece of the set. So logic would dictate that the underground tunnel is where the helmet must be. Dasi, I'm gonna need you to wait here.
You go on ahead.
I don't want you dying inside of the tunnel with me, because I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. I don't know if even Tunnel will protect me from whatever's in here. I could put on the other pieces, but none of that's actually gonna activate unless I have all of the pieces. So we're gonna check out the underground tunnel. We'll see if we can find the helm. Once we find the helm, we'll get out and we will kind of reset and see what we can do. Because at that point, I'm gonna have to venture alone, I believe, in underground tunnel and find out exactly what the hell is going on here. All right, so it seems like Tunnel's giving us a little bit of protection here. It's actually a body down here, and there we go. I believe that is the helmet. Yep. All right, so with that, we have all the pieces of the helm, I believe, or all the pieces of the armor. So that is the armor piece. Let's see where the helm is. So that being said, we should have full protection. Let's see. Well, it doesn't show up in the it doesn't show up in the stats or anything like that, but we're no longer losing health, so. And it doesn't seem to do a lot of damage. I just don't want Dasi to die down here. I don't know what that is, but I don't like it. Alright, magic anomalies. So, find a way to protect yourself from the radiation. I believe we have that with the armor set, although the game, I guess, doesn't recognize it fully. Yeah, definitely with this armor set, we can actually go through here without any actual problems. Though I'm not exactly sure what we're looking for down here, to be 100% honest with you. Something tells me that we're glowing light. It's where I'm going. Alright, a couple more anomalies. Get back here. They have a lot of grand soul gems. So that's actually really useful. I guess if you have anything like recharge or anything like that. Let's see. What jutsus do I have with Itachi? I tend to forget sometimes. Right, just the fireball jutsu, nothing really substantial. I do have a Materatsu, which I could use that. That'll probably make quicker work of these guys, to be honest. Yeah. That actually worked out really well. You tend to forget how strong a Materatsu is when you can't use it. Although, I believe Sasuke has better flame control over it, which is why he can spread it out in a wide area and he can form blades and armor and stuff like that. So that's why you only have the initial hit with the Itachi, even though Itachi is kind of the one that brings to light the Amaterasu in the series. Anyway, let's continue on. I believe we're almost to our designated area here. Which would be this strange place. Dwarven Dome. A strange entity radiates all around you. This seems like a trap. Or something bad, and I don't like it. What the hell is this?
Ah, and here you are. I've been waiting for you, Dovahkiin.
The Arbiter. You know who I am.
Of course. To me, your memories are an open tome. To begin with, I know you are the leader of the band of murderers called the Dark Brotherhood.
Oh, well.
And I know you have dabbled in petty thievery, stealing the meager possessions of your own kind.
Is it really technically stealing eyes if the person's dead?
I know the blood of the beast flows in your veins. I also know you have come from the future. And why is that? Is your desire for power so great that you would break even the laws of time for it?
Oh, you have no idea.
It makes no difference. You will not take it from me. You would not be so foolish as to break my law.
It sounds like you're challenging me. You're challenging me. I could so take your power.
I mean, my law. I made it because your kind would be incapable of order, of peace without it. That makes me the Arbiter. I am also the founder. I discovered this site millennia ago, and the deposit of Ethereum beneath us. I laid the foundations, and I watched my children grow and learn and use the Ethereum to create marvels, technological wonders. But they grew quarrelsome and used their knowledge to create weapons to use against their own kind, and worse, their own father. So I confiscated their weapons and declared my law that each and every one of my children would live in perfect order, or they would not live at all. And here I am, millennia later, still waiting for children worthy of this city. And for my patience, it seems my reward is a visit from you, Dovahkiin. Well, why have you traveled through time to come here? What is it you seek? Going where? This is your record.
Now, there's plenty of ways to seem to play this.
Dovahkiin, and we have only just begun. Now, where were we?
Now, it seems like there's a couple things I can do here. If I kill him, I could theoretically take control of the city, which is tempting, but I don't want to be stuck here for a millennia. That doesn't seem like the best thing to do.
Ah, if only you could read my memories as I read yours. Very well. Ask your questions.
So you're the one killing all these people.
You flock here, your kind, like moths to a flame, driven by greed and and the lust for power. You are warned about my law, and when you disobey, and you always disobey, you force my hand, bringing death upon yourselves. So you ask if I am the one killing your kind, and I say no, you kill yourselves. I am merely the means by which you do it.
How long have you been down here?
2,000 years in your terms. But time is different down here. I count time in waves, generations, civilizations. You and your kind up above are number 322.
Holy shit, that's a lot of people.
You wish to be ageless, like me. In truth, time passes differently in here. It would take an eternity just to explain it to you.
Huh.
It is not my place to reveal that secret to you, Dovahkiin. But when they moved on from this world, I was left behind. You see, the energy that has sustained me all this time, it anchored me here. I could not leave this place if I wanted to. So I see. Now, state your purpose here.
Man. This is a tough one. This is definitely a tough one. I believe by killing him, or potentially try to kill him if I can, I'll end up taking control of the city. But again, I don't want to be left here for all the millennia with that much power. I could try and convince him to let go of the laws, but that also might end up in a fight.
Now, where were we? Your words are tainted by your sins, Dovahkiin. Yet, I acknowledge your heroic deeds too, Slayer of the World Eater. Very well, I will listen. Choose your next words carefully, Dovahkiin. What is it that you made worse?
Ugh.
You admit to breaking my law. In the future, at least this explains why you traveled back in time. I warn you, tread carefully.
Oh, I am.
Everything I have done here, everything I have done, has been...
It's been wrong.
I thought that if I could create peace here, create order, that I could prove to the world that such a thing is possible, and they might follow. When the first of your kind disobeyed my law, I was disappointed. But I thought, if I was patient, the next wave might fare better. But that wave met the same fate, and the next wave after that. They betrayed me, and I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. But the more I failed, the more firmly I had to believe that I would be vindicated one day. But I have suspected for a long time that day would never come. And now I see it never will. There is no place for peace and order in this world.
So then you'll stop all of this.
I will stop. From this point forward, your kind will be free to live how they choose, in whatever chaos and squalor they create for themselves. I will destroy this Ethereum to ensure your kind can never exploit it, and you may all return to the world of man, should you wish. But I warn you, Dovahkiin, making these changes will create a paradox in time. The events that brought you here will never have taken place. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering with the past. Now, are you ready?
I didn't come all the way to leave it handed.
Then you will not leave at all. Goodbye, Dovahkiin.
Okay, so that option obviously provokes a fight. That's not something we planned on doing. So what we'll do is we'll go through both of the options. We'll go through, it seems like, the peaceful option, and then we'll go through the violent option. And normally I don't do this, but I'm genuinely curious, and I know probably you guys are too, to see what happens on both sides. And I'll let you guys decide what will be the canon ending for this. But we'll start off with the peaceful ending.
Now, where were we? Your words are taint. Choose your next words, kid. You admit to breaking my... I warn you. Everything when the... But the... I have suspected for a long... What will become of you is difficult to predict. But that is the risk you have taken by interfering with the past. Now, are you ready?
Alright, I'm ready to get out of here.
Goodbye, Dovahkiin.
Huh. Wait, where's Dossie?
No, that can't be right. For a moment there, I thought you were... You know, the one the statue was meant to honor.
Cassia! Oh, I completely forgot. I asked her to wait for me at the top of the lift, and... I guess I got so tied up in this place that I lost track of time.
I'd better head back up and let her know I'm alright. Hey, do you want to come with me? We can chat along the way. Great. Follow me.
Huh.
Let's run, shall we? Don't want to keep my sister any longer. So, you're probably wondering what I've been doing down here. Guess it's been, what, a few days?
Something like that.
Honest. I came down here looking for a haul to unload on the next merchant I met. I just wasn't expecting to find a thriving city, and the history of this place is amazing. Did you know that up until about 7 years ago, they had what they called the Dwarves' Law? Apparently there were inscriptions. If one person committed a crime, everyone else would pay for it. But they were all trapped in the city with no way out, so they lived in fear that someone would, well, get them all killed. Then, one day, a strange woman appeared in the city out of nowhere. They say she just walked out of the lake house, like she owned the place, and she wore this spectacular dwarven armor. A lot like the armor you're wearing now, actually. And a few people saw her walk into this quarry, into a field of deadly radiation, like it was nothing. Like it hadn't killed people before her. And then, the ground started shaking, and golden statues were collapsing. and inscriptions were crumbling all over the city, all at the same time.
And the sun under the ground, which used to light up the entire cavern, flame and explodes.
And strangest of all, the roof opens up like the petals of a flower, and there's real sunlight for the first time in thousands of years. So of course, people start wondering, did she just walk down here and single-handedly dismantle whatever was keeping the dwarves' law going? Who was she? Was she still alive? So Bro, the local scholar, goes down into the quarry to take a look. But now the whole place is empty. But all the way at the bottom, sitting alone in the darkness, is a statue of a stranger. Oddest tale I ever heard.
So yeah, he just pretty much gave exposition to pretty much my exploits of me traveling back into the past. So essentially, I'm the one who ended the whole Dwarven's Law thing in some weird timeline. Time traveling's weird. It breaks a lot of things, but we'll continue on this. This is going to be the more peaceful ending. We'll see what happens when I fight the Arbiter, if I can actually kill him, because that one fire blast did a lot of damage. Oh, hey, there goes Dasi. So, I'm sorry for making you sit here for 7 years.
Hey, I remember you. You're back. After all this time.
Yeah?
Can't complain, my friend. You know, not long after they executed Metellus, turns out he was behind Macy's disappearance. They made me Jarl. It was a bit of a shock, to be honest. But I guess they wanted someone who wasn't at all like Metellus. Jarl Galvar. Still sounds strange to me. And I guess I have you to thank for it. If you hadn't freed us from the dwarves' laws, Ulrin could never have overthrown Metellus. So, thanks. I imagine you'll be moving on soon, but you'll always be welcome here. We even kept your chambers exactly as you left them.
So that's cool. So they overthrew the last Jarl,
We heading out? Let's get going.
and now I have a permanent home here.
What do you want? Better. Now that I know I'm not being watched anymore. Still, someone has to protect this place, and that someone is me. So you might have taken down some old dwarves or whatever. But if you start any trouble here, you're going to find yourself toe-to-toe with me.
Alright, so that's the Protector. So I guess at this point, we'll be traveling back up and we'll meet with his sister.
Hello there, young lady.
Let's actually get out of this armor. It's not actually what I would usually like to wear. Ah, that feels better.
Oh, hello. Do you like my fancy new clothes?
Oh, it's you.
Wait,
I didn't think we'd ever see you again.
yes, it is you. You came back after all this time. Hey, I know who you are. It's good to see you again.
It is kind of cool that they all kind of like recognize that you're the one of Legends. Or not the one of Legends, but you're the one that actually saved them from the 3 laws and all that.
Oh, Thank the gods you're all right. What kept you so long?
I know. Sorry, Cass. I lost track of time again. It's just that this city is so amazing. You have to come down with me and see it for yourself. I promise. It's perfectly safe.
Well, all right. But first, let me thank our friend. Thank you so much for bringing him back in one piece. I really thought I'd lost him. I can't thank you enough.
You're welcome.
Now, I promised you a reward. This is something I always carry with me, and it's become very dear to me. I'd like you to have it. Thanks again. My brother and I are in your debt.
All right, so that's the Forgotten City. Definitely interesting stuff there. I'd imagine that's a little bit more to it than that with some of the side quests and stuff. But as I said before, that is the, I guess, sort of like the peaceful ending. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go back and we're actually gonna check out the other ending, because I'm curious to see what happens if you actually fight the Arbiter and if you try and take his power. So we are back, and this is gonna be more of the aggressive ending, or I guess if you want to do light or dark side ending, to the Forgotten City.
I see you have learned nothing from all this.
Can I actually kill him? Wonder if I can use a Materatsu. I did some damage on him, but he's doing a lot of damage to me as well. Allows the word to cast continuous shock spells effortlessly, but the power is blinding. Huh, interesting. So by killing the Avatar, we do have his helmet. But now you gotta go back to this point in location and do the whole thing over again. So, that being said, we're actually going to go do that. We'll go back to the portal, we'll travel back down to the underground ruins, and we'll show him the helmet as proof that we've already killed him once, so we can do it again if necessary.
Of course. Liar. And what's this? I see there is a helmet in your possession that does not belong to you. It's...
That's right, it's your helmet.
You kill me? That is not possible. And yet, I see you speak the truth. You have come unstuck from your own time. Your presence here is unnatural. Well then, Dovahkiin.
There's a lot of things about me that are unnatural.
With this grim trophy, have you come simply to gloat of your foul deed?
I'm here to prove a point. You're gonna put a stop to these laws.
Do you comprehend what you are asking me to do? You are asking me to abandon millennia of work. The very thought of it grieves me. And yet, you have left me with no choice, have you? If I agree, I will destroy my life's work. But if I refuse, you will destroy me.
That's the gist of it.
Well played, Dovahkiin. You will have your wish. I will stop. From this point forward, Your kind will be free to live how they choose, in whatever chaos and squalor they create for themselves. I will destroy this Ethereum to ensure your kind can never exploit it, and you may all return to the world of man, should you wish. But I warn you, Dovahkiin, making these changes will create a paradox in time. The events that brought you here will never have taken place. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering with the past. Now, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to get out of here. I don't need to kill you a second time.
Goodbye, Dovahkiin.
Alright, so it doesn't seem like there's too much of a difference between the endings, other than one, you seek the reason with the Arbiter, or two, you tend to pretty much blackmail or threaten him into submission.
Hey, you startled me there. Wait, I know you.
You really don't. And I wish I could read this text.
No, that can't be right. For a moment there, I thought you were, you know, the one the statue was meant to honor.
So this pretty much dialogue sequence is probably going to be the same once we go back up to the top of the city, which we'll probably do that here so you don't have to see the same scenario all over again.
Cassia!
I'd better head back up. Great. Follow me. Let's run back up, shall we? Don't want to keep my sister waiting any longer. So, you're probably wondering what I've been doing down here. I guess it's been, what, a few days? I'll be honest. I came down here looking for a haul I could unload on the next merchant I met. I wasn't expecting to find a thriving city and the history. This place is amazing. Did you know that up until about 7 years ago, they had... Apparently there were inscriptions warning that if one person committed a crime, everyone else would pay for it. But they were all trapped in the city with no way out. Fear that someone would break the law and get them all killed. Then, one day, a strange woman appeared in the city out of nowhere. They say she just walked out of the lake house, like she owned the place, and she wore this spectacular robe. A lot like the armor you're wearing now, actually. And a few people saw her walk into this quarry, into a field of deadly radiation, like it was nothing, like it hadn't killed people before her. And then the ground started shaking, and golden statues were collapsing, and inscriptions were crumbling all over the city, all at the same time. And the sun hit the ground. which used to light up the entire cavern, bursts into flame and explodes. Strangest of all.
You're the one from the statue. I've been well, thank you very much. As a matter of, believe it or not, I completed 3 tours of duty, but then I took an arrow to the, well, so I came back here. Best city in all of Skyrim, but this'll have to do. Here, take this. A small token of my appreciation. You'll always be welcome here.
Now the whole place is empty. And all the way at the bottom, sitting alone in the darkness, is a statue of the stranger. Oddest tale I ever heard.
Ready to get... Let's get going.
Can't and I imagine you'll be moving on soon, but you'll always be welcome. We even kept your chambers exactly as you left them.
Welcome back. Well, let's see. That was 7 years ago? He still talks about you. And how he saw you come out. I know he'd be happy to see you again. You should go and say hello, if you haven't already.
You've returned. How long is... Wonderful, actually. Gaia and I... But I must ask, what happened down there, under the city? What did you do?
Alright, so bro's actually wondering what I did. I figured it'd be nice to let people know exactly what happened.
You convinced him, you say? Well, if it is as you say, you must be terrifyingly persuasive. I only wish I could have been there to see it.
There was a lot of blood.
I can see that you have somewhere else to be. But perhaps one day, when you have the time, you'll let me record your story in my journal for posterity.
Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with that. People need to know my greatness. Anyway, let's head back up and talk to his sister, and that will pretty much complete, I guess, quote-unquote, the dark side part of this ending, which is, truth be told, not much different.
I thought I'd lost him.
So yeah, there's
I can't thank you enough.
There's not really too much with the ending, I guess, per se.
I promised you a reward. Thanks again. My brother and I are in your debt.
So Talisman of the Tongue is probably something that has to do with speechcraft. We'll take a look at it real quick. Prices are 20% better and vendors will buy stolen items. Oh, that's actually really good if you need to like fence off some stuff in a hurry. That's actually pretty worth it. I mean, if you specialize in shock magic, I think you can probably use it without without losing magic, but I'm not sure about the powers blinding part, so that's something we'll definitely have to be aware of. Regardless, that's going to be it for the Forgotten City. I didn't think that end of the quest was going to be that soon. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of other stuff that you can actually do in terms of like side quest, and maybe there's a bit more of the story stuff that I may have missed out on, but you've seen kind of, I guess, not technically both endings to that. I don't know if it really classifies as an ending per se, but I'll leave it to you guys to kind of interpret which one you think would be the more canon ending for this. In terms of what's next, who knows, honestly. The plan was to make the Forgotten City the last DLC or the last mod that I handle with this playthrough, but it seems like that was kind of, I want to say it wasn't underwhelming, because it was actually a really good DLC story-wise. I actually enjoyed it a lot, and it's a really good use of time travel. It just seems kind of underwhelming to leave this character off on, so we'll see what happens when return with this character. We'll see if I continue questing on with her or if I move on to something else. I may actually leave that to you guys as well, what you'd like to see in the future, but regardless, that's neither here or there. We'll talk about that in another update. That has been the Forgotten City. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next set of videos.